Amen. Ponga atención. Hoy te cuesta.
Nice job, Jocelyn. All right, friends. As soon as you're done, you need to move it to the side so Miss T can do math with you. It's time to do some math.
Ponga atención.
I see Natalia's, Naida's, where judge is.
The apple.
Apple? The baby?
The apple. Sí. Sí, de toro.
I see Joey's. Thank you, Joey.
¿Tiene más?
Sí. Three?
We're gonna have Natalia share.
¿Ya las hiciste, no?
Three?
¿El siguiente?
Joey, hold it steady.
The
Hold it
last
steady so I
one.
can see it, Joey.
¿Cuál es la last one? Güey, te dije aquí B, de baby. Esta póngala acá y esta aquí. La acá la primera es B, de bebé.
Number line. There we go. Okay. Natalia, can you share yours, please? Hold it up. Do it on line. Number line. Go ahead, Natalia.
Hey, good morning, everybody.
Hey, good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Nice to see you all. Morning,
Good morning.
Teresa.
Good morning, teacher.
Michelle. Morning, HM. Natalia. Good morning, Etsu. And
Are we
Hannah.
ready for final?
Good morning, Gigi.
Yep, we're going to get all ready for the finals today. Good morning, Allah.
Hey, good morning.
All right, give me just a second to get the attendance up, and then we will get started. Okay.
Good morning.
All right, good morning, Maria. All right, so we have got Allah, we've got Maria, we've got Hannah. Is Jamila here yet? Not just yet. And we've got no Dolores yet. And Talia's here. And no Abina yet. HM. Looks like Nasra just signed on. Good morning, Nasra.
Teacher.
How are you today?
Good, I am fine. And you?
Good, thank you for asking.
Okay, you're welcome.
And Veronica's here. Good morning, Veronica. All right. Okay, let's go ahead and start talking about this test, what it's going to look like, and then we'll do a little review for it as well. Okay.
Teacher, how about lesson C, D, and F?
Nope.
So
No
we just
time,
do it.
unfortunately. Yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
unfortunately, no time.
All right.
So yeah, there never is time because if it's only 10 weeks long, that only gives us time for lessons, but no review or test. So yeah. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and go into our Google Classroom, into classwork, and all the way down to week 10. And we'll open those Google Slides. All right. So this week we are going to review for the final test and then take the test. So it's very, very important that everyone be here on.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
It's very important that everybody be here Wednesday on time to take the test. So let me go ahead and make a couple of announcements and then we'll start the review.
All right.
So first of all, I just wanted to remind you that yesterday I emailed you this link here that you can see, the www.ccaurora.edu/join-ESL. I sent that link to you in an email last night. It opened today. So today is the first day that you can register for winter classes. So I've already put in the recommendations for your next level. So if you already did 4A before doing this 4B, then I recommended you for 5A. If this was your first term, then I recommended you to take 4A with me next term. So if you are moving on to level 5, I am so proud of you. Way to go. But I only teach level 4, so you will have a different teacher next term. If you take level 4 again next term, you can still continue to be with me. Okay. So here is what the test will look like on Wednesday. Okay. You will have a listening test. It will be a total of 10 questions. I will show you the test before the end of class. So I will play something and you will have to listen and then write down what you think are the correct answers to 10 different questions. I will play it at least 3 times. So I will play it multiple times so that you can keep listening for the questions. Then there will be 2 different grammar sections. One grammar section will be all about time phrases. We're going to review that today. And that will be 5 questions, so it'll be worth 5 points. There will be a second grammar section, and this one will all be about the words, the conjunctions, and, or, but. And that's going to be another 5 questions and 5 points. I will also review that today during class. Then you will have a reading comprehension. So you will have a short passage to read. And then you will have to answer yes, no, true, false questions about what you have read. And then finally, there will be a writing prompt at the end where you will have to write a paragraph. And that one is worth 15 points. Any questions so far about the format of the test?
Yeah, how about listening 10 questions?
There are 10 questions for listening.
Yeah, I still like trying to figure out by myself. Is the same thing like you do like coupon code on like
So do you know how lesson A that we always do every unit, yet lesson A is always listening. And you have to listen for certain. Can everyone please turn on their mute button except for HM, who I'm talking to? Thank you. All right. So it will be just like the lesson A for every unit, HM. I will play a conversation or more than one conversation, and you will have to decide if the statements are true or false. So just like we do in class.
All right.
Yes, and I will play it multiple times. So even if I play it 3 times and someone says, Gigi, one more, please. Absolutely. I can play it a 4th time for you. So I will play it over and over again until you feel like you have the right answers. Okay. But this is why it's important to be in class on Wednesday, because you cannot answer the listening questions without being in class. So you have to be in class to do the 10 listening questions. Does anyone think that they will not be in class on Wednesday? Everyone will be here? Okay. If for some reason something happens and you cannot, please email or call me as soon as possible so I can figure out another time to have you do the listening. Okay, so before I will show you the test today, but what I wanted to review during our time together were the 2 grammar tests, the 2 grammar parts. So each of these will be worth 5 points. 5 points for time phrases, and then 5 points for the conjunctions and, or, but. So I just wanted to start with a review of these time phrases, and then we will practice answering some questions. So here are the grammar rules about time phrases. Grammar rule 1 is we use the word ago after time phrases to indicate past time. So for example, in this first calendar, you can see that the person graduated on May 4th, 2018. It is now 1, 2, 3 weeks since that person graduated. So we would say she graduated 3 weeks ago. Over on the right, same thing. We have some people who graduated on May the 11th. I'm sorry, on May the 4th. We can see it's been 2 months since then. So we would say they graduated 2 months ago. Grammar rule 2 says that we use the word at for a specific time. So you can see next to the picture, we have a clock that shows that it is 11:30. So we would say she graduated, then we have to use the word at, since we're talking about time, and then 11:30 a.m. She graduated at 11:30 a.m. To the next one, we see another clock. This one is set for 4 o'clock. And so then it becomes they graduated. Then we add in the word at, and then 4 p.m. So notice that we have to add the word at before the time here, but there was no word that we had to add in front of ago, right? We didn't have to have at or in or on, okay? Grammar rule 3 says we're going to use the word in for both months and years. So we see a calendar that shows May 2018, and we see on the 4th was the graduation date. So since she graduated in the month of May, we can say she graduated in May. Or the same thing for the year. Now you can see on the second calendar, they have circled 2018. So we would say they graduated in 2018. So again, in for months and years. Grammar rule 4 says that we use the word on for days and dates. So looking at the first calendar, I see May 4th is on a Friday. So I would say she graduated on Friday. Or if I want to give a specific date, which means the month, the date, and the year, I will also use on. So for example, they graduated on May 11th, 2018.
Gigi, what happened? We want to say May 2018. No, 11, the 11th.
Then, because you would be saying she graduated May 2018, we would use the same thing in when we put those together. So that's an excellent correct question. Veronica just said, what if we have both the month and the year? What if I want to say May 2018? Then it gets used with in, since both May and 2018 are in. So we would say she graduated in May 2018. Very good question. But as
Excuse me.
Mhm,
Oh,
Natalia?
sorry. If
That's okay.
I ask on this week, I need to use on or in? On this week, in this week.
We wouldn't say that at all. So this week wouldn't get any in or at or on. You would just have to say I will graduate this week, or I will meet my friend this week. But there is no in
Ah,
or on or any of those things.
just this week, yeah?
Yep, just
Need
this week.
just this week. Oh, thank you.
Sure. So
Hey,
if we say May, if we say the month and the year, we would say in. So I graduated in May 2018. But remember, once we add the date, once we say May 1st or May 23rd or May 31st, then it has to become on. Okay. So the month and the year is fine for in. But once we say on, we are giving a specific date, month, date, and year. The last grammar rule then is using the words before and after. So just like when I told Natalia this week would not have an in or an on or an at, neither will before or after. So we will add the word before or after, but we will not need any special words before it. So for example, we see that the girl graduated last week on May 4th. The gentleman graduated a week later, right, on May 11th. So I would say she graduated before they graduated, or they graduated after she graduated. Okay.
teacher, can you go back? Okay. What is event?
Events. An event is anything that happens. So an event could be a birthday, a graduation, a dinner, an appointment, any of those different things. So for
Okay.
example, I could say to you, I need to go to the grocery store. Okay, that could be an event, going to the grocery store to go shopping. Getting my car washed could be another event. So I could say, I went grocery shopping before I washed my car, or I washed my car after I went grocery shopping. So any two things that you do, we would just
Mhm.
use before or after to put them in order.
Okay.
So now let's practice a few things. So here we see she graduated, and now they're showing us she graduated on the 4th, and it's showing us today's date is the 25th. So how about Allah, would you like to try to tell me how to finish this? She graduated. What do you think?
Mhm.
Oh, is Allah not with us anymore? Oh, I don't see him anymore. Okay.
Me teacher.
He seems to have disappeared. Give me just a second. I like to go down the list, but I will get to you, Nasra. I promise. Maria, will you do that one for me, please? With a Y, Maria?
This is what
Oh, yeah. She graduated 3 weeks ago.
Excellent. Okay, so we can see that we have the date here. We're going back 1, 2, 3 weeks. Notice there was nothing after the word graduated. It didn't say at, it didn't say in, it didn't say on. That is usually a very good hint that it will be ago. Okay. All right. Hannah, will you please try the next one? They graduated. I know it's a little tricky.
Oh, yeah.
Do you want
This
some
one.
help with it?
Oh, yeah, that's May. Go to the
Yes.
November.
So we would go May to
So
June,
that,
to
oh.
July, to August, September, October, November. So I would say they graduated.
They graduated. Okay. 1, 2.
7 months ago.
7 months ago.
6
Very
months
close,
ago.
but we would say 6 months ago. So we would go May to June is 1 month. June to July is another. July to August, August, September, September to October, and October to November. So we would say they graduated 6 months ago. Good. Excellent. Okay. Let's try this next one. So let's see. Can everyone please turn on their mute button except for Jamila? Jamila, can you unmute yourself? Can you try this check your understanding for me? So if you could look at the clock, what time is it, Jamila?
Yeah, she graduated at 11:30.
Excellent job. Perfect. And then they did not tell us AM or PM, but the important thing is at. Always at with time. Excellent job. Did Dolores join us yet? I don't think I see Dolores yet. Okay. So let's go ahead and go to, let's see. Is Merhawit with us? I don't think so. And I don't think I saw Nargis either. So is Maria L with us? Nope, I don't see Maria L either. Oh, that makes me nervous. Okay, Natalia, will you do the next one for me, please?
Yes, they graduated at 4 p.m.
Perfect. Excellent. And so just remembering to use at with that time. All right, next ones. Let's try these. Let's see. Did Abina join us? I don't think I saw her name. Nope. Okay, so then HM, will you please do the one to the left where we have the month of May? What would I say there, HM?
Okay. She graduated on May.
Very close, but not on, in. So she graduated in May. So
Yeah,
for
she graduated
months,
in May. Yep.
Perfect. So for months and years, we're going to use in.
Got it.
So Fatuma, will you please do then the next one with 2018?
They graduate in 2018.
Excellent, but I need to hear all the way through the word, Fatuma, so we need to go graduated.
Graduated.
Excellent, good. All right, so they graduated in 2018.
2018.
Good. All right. Now let's go ahead and go to the next one where we are talking about days of the week and then a specific date. So Etsu, will you please do the first one to the left for Friday?
Okay, she graduated on Friday.
Perfect. All right. And then Teresa, will you please do the next one? May 11th, 2018.
They graduated on May 11, 2018.
Excellent. And Teresa, you look very pretty today.
Oh, thank you.
Very nice.
Thank you.
All right, excellent job. Okay, so then let's go to Veronica. Veronica, here we have the woman. She graduated on May 4th. They graduated on May 11th. So what would I say in that first blank, Veronica?
She graduated before they graduated.
Excellent. And the second one?
They graduated after she graduated.
And excellent pronunciation all the way through. Very nicely done. Good, good. Okay. So this is from your book, page 74, just a reminder of everything we went over, right? So if we have he graduated and no extra words, no in, no on, no at, it will probably be ago. And we will say 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, an hour ago, whatever it may be. If it has the word in, it's talking about months and years, right? In May, in January, in December, in 2020, in 2018, in 1999, all of those. On is going to be days of the week and dates. So on Monday, on Tuesday, on Wednesday, on Sunday, or specific dates. On May 4th, 2014, on December 7th, 2020. Then we know at is going to be used with time always and only. So anytime you see at, it needs to be a specific time, okay? At 3 p.m., at noon, at midnight. And then we would use before or after to describe the order of something. And then we have one last one that they did not mention in the review, which was last and this. So if something happened before, you could say last year, right? Or 1 year ago. And then you could also say earlier, I believe it was, I actually, now I don't remember. I think it was Natalia that was asking about this week. How would that sound? And we don't need anything extra for this week. I would just say, I had to visit my grandmother this week. No on, no in, no at.
Thank you.
Sure. So here are, we've already done these together when we did this lesson. This was from Unit 6, our very first lesson when we started the class together. And in this one, they're only having us focus on at, in, on, or ago. So for example, number 1 says, when did Lou and Angela buy their new car? Down below, I see 3 weeks. The sentence says they bought their new car. I don't see anything there that would make me change it. So I would just say 3 weeks ago. 3 weeks ago. Number 2, how about Michelle? When did Lou and Angela get married?
Okay. They got married 4 years ago.
Perfect. Let's see, Allah, did he come back to join us? Allah? No? All right. Maria, will you please do number 3 for me?
When did Angela have a baby? She had a baby yesterday at 8:20 a.m.
Excellent. So, or even just as long as it said at 8:20. So remembering that at has to come before the time. Excellent. How about Hannah? Will you do number 4, please?
Sure. When did Lou begin his new job? He began his new job on Tuesday.
Excellent. On Tuesday. And just so you know, the past tense of begin is pronounced began. Began. Good. So he began his new job on Tuesday. Perfect. All right. Jamila, will you try number 5, please?
When did you move to the United States? He moved to United States on September 5th.
Okay, so your date seems to be a little bit different than mine. Mine says December 15th, but it would still be on December 15th. Okay. So even though it doesn't have the year, even though it didn't say December 15th, 2020, okay, it's still going to be on because it has the month and the date. So even if it doesn't have the year, it will still be on. All right. How about no Dolores, Natalia? Will you do number 6, please?
When did Angela came to the United States? She came to the United States 5 years ago.
Excellent. The first word though was come, and then in the past it's came. So when did
Yeah.
Angela come to the United States?
Yeah.
Excellent.
Sorry.
Good job. No,
Thank you.
no apology. No sorry. Sorry not accepted. No apology needed. All right. HM, will you please try number 7?
Yes. When did Angela take the citizenship exam? She took the citizenship exam in March.
Excellent. So since we just have a month, it's going to be in, okay? In March. And number 8, Nasra, will you please do number 8 for us?
Yes, of course, teacher. When did Angelina register to vote? She registered to vote in June.
In June. Good. Repeat after me. Registered.
Registered.
Excellent. And her name is Angela.
Yeah, Angela.
Good. All right.
Teacher, can you pronounce the registered or what?
So register. So register can be a if you go to a store and you go to checkout and they start scanning, boop, boop, that is a register. But this register means to sign up. So before you can vote, you must sign up to vote. So that is what they mean, register to vote. But it sounds the same as cash register at a store.
Okay. Register.
So now we're going to do something new. We are going to answer some questions, playing a game, but we're not going to use Kahoot. We're going to use something else called Poll Everywhere. So what I need you to do is, the easiest way to do this is to send a text. So here is what's going to happen. I want you to go in as though you are going to send a text to a friend. Where you would normally put your friend's phone number, I want you to put 22333. So for example, where it says recipient, right, who I am sending the text to, I'm going to write 22333. Then down below, where you would normally write your message to your friend, we are going to type in MEGGIN. Right down here at the bottom, text MEGGIN LEVEAU 204. So again, on your phone, your recipient, who you are sending it to, which would normally be your friend, will be the numbers 22333. Then where you would normally write a message to your friend saying hello or good morning or give an emoji, you will put MEGGIN LEVEAU 204.
Okay, teacher, I tried that, but it doesn't work.
Please, did you please again?
Let me show you. I'm going to go ahead and so we are talking about this part. Hold on. Sorry, just a second. We are talking about this part here. So you will type this into the part where you would normally leave your message for your friend. So some of you have sent me a text saying, Gigi, I have a question. Where you would normally write, Gigi, I have a question, you will write MEGGIN LEVEAU 204. And where you would normally write your friend's number, you will write 22333 and you will hit send. The first time you do this, you will get a message saying, it might charge you. Is that okay? It will not charge you. Do not worry. So all you have to do is click this box that says, remember my choice, and then click always allow. And now you are part of the game, even though it has not shown you anything, you are now part of the game.
But I try my
And
phone,
then
doesn't
you
work,
will get
so-
a message that says you have joined. It says you've joined Megan Laveau's session. Don't do anything else. Just wait. Don't click on anything. Just leave it open as a text message just like this and wait. So HM, what did you say you were having a problem with?
For me, I downloaded, but I don't.
You don't download anything. You don't download anything.
So I always have this in my phone before.
Yep, you are set, Jamila. You're set. You're ready. Mhm.
Yeah. thank
You
you.
don't click on the link. Don't do anything. Just this.
Okay.
I
Teacher,
don't see teacher. I don't clear. Did you?
Sorry, what?
Tell me again. I am not understand.
Do you have your phone?
Yes.
Okay. Have you sent a text message before?
Yes.
Okay. You know where you would put in your friend's phone number to send them a text?
Okay.
I want you to write 22333.
Oh, first 22333.
Yep, that's it. And then down below where you would type a message like, hello, how are you today? You will type in this down here. MEGGIN LEVEAU 204 and then hit send.
22333.
22333.
Okay.
Right
I
here.
sent that one I sent.
Good. And you should get a message saying you've joined Megan. So a message will come up after you hit send that says you have joined.
teacher, me is ready.
Teacher, teacher.
Hold on real quick. Yes, Michelle?
Sorry.
You are set. You're ready to go, Michelle. Ready.
Teacher, me, Nasra. What about Nasra?
What about Nasra, hun? What can I do for you?
You get it for message?
I don't get a message when you have signed on. You do. So you should have gotten a message here that says you have joined. But I don't get anything for you. This is for me.
For me, you get it for me, teacher, Teresa?
Okay. I don't see for you. Only you can see. I can't see your phone.
My phone, Nasra?
Let's try to play the game. All right. So
Okay.
let's go ahead and hold on real quick. Let me make this large again. Okay. Okay. All right. So here is what's going to happen. So listen very carefully. We have a sentence at the top. Please everybody please turn your mute button on. Thank you. Okay, so we have a sentence at the top. It says, Shri graduated on. You have 5 choices. If you think the answer is 2 p.m., she graduated on 2 p.m., you would write the letter A right here. See where I put A? And you would hit send. If excuse me, if you think the answer is
April, no?
B, last month, you would
On
say
April?
she graduated on last month. You would write
On
B.
April, no?
Okay, you would hit B and hit send.
¿Luego la cédula?
Everybody, please turn your mute button on.
December.
Please turn your mute button on, please. Teresa, can you please turn on your mute button? Thank you. Okay, if you think the answer is December 7th, so she graduated on December 7th, you would put C and hit send, okay? If you think the answer is hour ago, she graduated on hour ago, you would put D and hit send. And if you think the answer is April, she graduated on April, you will hit E and hit send. So far only 4 people have responded. I'll respond now. So we've got 7 people. So again, you will just put in the letter that you believe is correct, A, B, C, D, or E, and hit send.
Teacher, when I click the number, they tell me to like click the last report, or I just leave like that.
I don't know why you're clicking a number. It's either A, B, C, D, or E, and then enter. No numbers.
Yeah, here they didn't show me ABC, but they just showed me 2 p.m. last month.
Are
December 7th.
you looking at the screen?
I'm not on my phone. I use for the computer, but for my phone it doesn't work. I use for the computer one.
Okay, I don't know what to tell you. Sorry, I don't know what you're looking at. So I can tell you that 2 p.m. would be A, that last month would be B, that December 7th would be C, hour ago would be D, and April would be E.
Okay, but mine here doesn't show me ABC, but they just
right. But I just told you what the A, B, and C would be. So if you want to answer with one of those 5 letters and hit enter.
I understand.
Okay. All right, so let's go ahead and go over the correct answer. Only 7 of you have responded, but that's okay. So the correct answer is C. Okay, so almost everybody got that right. So remember, on is used for month. On is used for days and dates. So Monday through Sunday would get on, and dates like December 7th, April 12th, any of those. Yeah. Those of you who selected 2 p.m., remember the word before time is always at. Okay, let's try another one. You have the same 5 possible answers. This one, the question is, she moved to Denver in. So what is the correct answer now? So if you say it is 2 p.m., you will choose A. If you think it is last month, you would choose B. If you think it is December 7th, you would choose C. If you think it's an hour ago, you would use D. And if you think the answer is April, you would choose E. Thank you, Veronica. You got it right.
What about me, teacher?
Well, Veronica sent me a message saying she had trouble putting it into the phone, but told me what she thought the answer was. So I don't know what you think the answer is just yet. Okay, let me go ahead and put in my answer.
Sorry, did he show you my answer?
All right, and the correct answer is E. Excellent job, everybody. All right, so the correct answer is April. So remember, whenever we use in, we're talking about months and years, right? So in April, in December, also in 2020, in 2010, all of those. Excellent job. Okay, let's try the next one. Same 5 answers. This time, the sentence is, they went to a birthday party. Notice there is no special word at the end, right? We don't have at, we don't have in, we don't have on. So think, what would the answer be to this one? They went to a birthday party. And so if you think the answer is 2 o'clock, you would choose A. If you think the answer is last month, you would choose B. And yes, Veronica, you're right again. If you think it's December 7th, you would choose C. If you think the answer is hour ago, you would choose D. And if you think the answer is April, you would choose E. Okay. And the correct answer is last month. Last month. All right. So those of you who chose 2 o'clock, please remember that before a time, we have to have the word at. Since there is no word at, we could not say 2 o'clock p.m., 2 p.m. Those of you who chose D, that was a very good guess. But before the word hour, we would have to have the word a or an. So that is a good hint that we will need to choose hour, is if we saw the word an before it. All right, and we've got one more to go. Yes,
teacher, you
doing it like
forgot to
this.
explain something.
What did I forget to explain, HM?
For the last, we choose last month because we know that they say went in the past, but in present is like go or
good.
Yeah.
But we could also say the same thing for hour ago is also in the past. So it's a little tricky, but yes, you are right. I'm glad you're looking at the past. Okay, let's do our very last one. Here we go. Oh, sorry, we still have 2 more. My apologies. We still have 2 more. So this one, we have they took the test at. They took the test at. So is it going to be 2 p.m., last month, December 7th, hour ago, or April?
And July.
All right, and you got it right. You got it right again, Veronica. Okay. All right, so the correct answer is, yay, everybody got it. All right. So remember, whenever you see at is always time. Nothing else, always time. Okay, and the last one, here we go. I went to the grocery store and, that's a huge hint to you. I went to the grocery store and, so remember, and always has to come before a word that starts with a vowel. You got it right, Veronica. Okay, and the correct answer is D. Now, for those of you who thought April, I can understand why. You said April starts with A. Yes, but remember, when we're talking about months, we have to have the word in front of it. So it wouldn't make sense to say, I went to the grocery store in April. I would have to say, I went to the grocery store in April. Now, if you look at the word hour and you said, hour starts with an H. Yes, it does. But we don't pronounce it hour. We pronounce it hour. So the H is silent. So because the H is silent, we use an instead of a. That's a tricky one.
So teacher, what is an instead and the all thing we learn? Because we
An
did
is the
teach
same
it.
as a, but we change it to an in front of a vowel. So if I told you I bought a banana, that means one banana, right? But if the noun starts with a vowel like apple, I can't say a apple. I have to say an apple.
Okay.
So an is the same as a, but we change it slightly to add an N when the next word starts with a vowel or has a vowel sound.
Gigi, I have a question.
Yes.
In this case, we're supposed to be an hour is 1 hour, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Yes, absolutely. Just like a banana would be one banana. Exactly. You got it. Okay. All right. So that was it for the time phrases. Did anybody have any questions about that before we go back and talk about the conjunctions and, but, and, or?
Wait.
Okay.
So Mr. And but or what?
Or. And, but, or.
Okay.
All right.
Yep.
So this is from Unit 8, Lesson C. So I'm just going to go ahead and go over some quick grammar rules. So we use the word and when we're going to connect similar ideas. So for example, in the first one, it says, I go to the gym on Tuesdays. I also go to the gym on Thursdays. So that also tells me, this is and. So I would put them together and say, I go to the gym on Tuesdays. Then I will add the word and all I need to keep from the second sentence is Thursdays. So it becomes, I go to the gym on Tuesdays and Thursdays. On the next one, we can see every day of the week he works. Underneath it says he works weekdays. He also works weekends. So again, that word also says to me, this is and. So I would say he works weekdays and the only thing I need to keep from the second part, weekends. We use the word or to connect choices. So things that we can do. So here we see a woman and it says sometimes she goes to meetings on Mondays. Sometimes she writes reports on Mondays. That sometimes tells me this is or. So I would put it together and say she goes to meetings or writes reports on Mondays. Over to the right, same thing. Sometimes they have a picnic on Saturdays. Sometimes they play soccer on Saturdays. So I could say they have a picnic or play soccer on Saturdays.
So teacher, what is picnic?
What you see in that first picture where they had put the blanket on the ground, on the grass, and they are eating, that is called a picnic. Okay. So it's when you eat food outside, usually at a park and on the ground. Sometimes people don't like to eat on the ground, so sometimes there might be a table there. That table is called a picnic table. So it's a place to sit at a table outdoors and eat.
Okay.
Good question. All right, and then grammar rule 3 is but. And we use but to connect different ideas. So we see she studies on Saturdays. She doesn't study on Sundays. That doesn't, that negative word does not, tells me this is a but sentence. So I would say she studies on Saturday, but she doesn't study on Sundays. The next one, they have meetings on Mondays. They don't, again, that negative word, do not, they don't have meetings on Tuesdays. So I would say they have meetings on Mondays, but they don't have meetings on Tuesdays. Okay. So I'm just going to go through this quickly since we're running out of time. But the answer to both of these questions would be and, right? I go to the gym on Tuesdays and Thursdays. He works weekdays and weekends. She goes to meetings or writes reports on Mondays. They have a picnic or play soccer on Saturdays. She studies on Saturdays, but she doesn't study on Sundays. They have meetings on Mondays, but they don't have meetings on Tuesdays. So this was from your textbook. This is page 100. And we were looking at how to take statements and combine them to make them say either and or but. So again, since we are a little short on time, I will just remind you how these got put together. So number 1, I see the word sometimes. As soon as I see that, I know it is or. So I would say Irene eats Chinese or Mexican food for lunch. Number 2, Tito works the day shift. Tito also works the night shift. That also says and. So it becomes Tito works the day shift and the night shift. Number 3, Marco had an interview.
But
He didn't get the job. Didn't is
But.
that negative, so it means but. Marco had an interview, but he didn't get the job. Number 4, we have Brian likes his coworkers. He doesn't like his schedule. Again, that negative word does not says but. Brian likes his coworkers, but he doesn't like his schedule. Number 5, I see Erica takes care of her children. She also takes care of her grandmother, also means and. So I would write Erica takes care of her children and her grandmother. Number 6, I see Carl cleaned the carpets. He didn't make the beds. Again, that negative didn't tells me but. Carl cleaned the carpets, but he didn't make the beds. Number 7, I see sometimes. Immediately I go, or, okay? Kate works in Austin. Sometimes she works in Houston. I would say Kate works in Austin or Houston. And finally, number 8, I have Ilya speaks Russian at home. He also, which means and, speaks Russian at work. So I would say Ilya speaks Russian at home and at work. Now, once again, we're going to do the same type of thing with the poll everywhere that we just did on the last one. This time, you will only have 2 choices, either A or B. So let's do the first one. She cooked dinner, blank, she didn't clean the dishes. So if you think the answer to that is and, you will choose A. If you think the answer is but, you will choose B. All right. And the correct answer is B. Excellent job. As soon as you see that negative, didn't, don't, wouldn't, any of those in the second part, always but. Excellent, excellent. Let's try the next one. Okay, again, only two possible answers. And but. He wrote reports, blank checked email. If you think it is and, you will choose A. If you think it is but, you will choose B. Okay, and the correct answer, excellent, is that and. Perfect. All right, next one, we have two different choices. Instead of and but, we have but and or. So I drink coffee, blank tea in the morning. If you think the answer is but, you will send A. If you think the answer is or, you will choose B. Excellent. And the correct answer is B, because there was no negative in the second part of the sentence. Since it is coffee, blank tea with no didn't or don't, that would be an or. Excellent. Okay. Okay, next one, here we have, they went to dinner, blank watched a movie. So again, we are back to and but. So if you think the answer is and, you will choose A. If you think the answer is but, you will choose B. All right. And the correct answer is and. Excellent job, right? There was no negative in that second sentence. And the last one, again, this one is a little different. This one is going to be but and or again. So he likes to draw pictures. Oh, I'm so sorry, guys. I have the right answer in the question, but he doesn't like to read. The answer was A. I should have left out the word but. I forgot and included that. So the correct answer is A, but. And that is again because of that negative doesn't. That doesn't tells us that it is going to be but. Okay. So again, going back to the very first slide here, you will have a listening activity for 10 points. You will have grammar on time phrases, and grammar on and, or, and but will be worth 5 questions each. We just practiced that. So I would like to talk to you about the reading comprehension, and then I'm also going to mention the listening as well in just a moment. Some time ago, several people in the class said to me, Gigi, I want extra practice for my reading. Where can I find that? Here is a great place to do extra practice for reading, and it is the Ventures Cafe. I'm sorry, Ventures Arcade. So this link here will take you to the Ventures Arcade. You're going to click on the number 2 for level 4. But if you want to try something easier, you can always try level 1. And if you want to try a harder reading passage, you could also try level 3 or 4. You can choose whatever unit that you want, but lesson D is always the reading lesson. So let me show you. So when I click on this link, you'll notice it automatically brings me to level 1. So if you would like something easier to practice with first, you can start with level 1. But we are technically in level 2. Now here are all 10 units. I know not everyone has done all 10 of these units, but any unit that you click into will have a reading lesson, and it's always going to be lesson D will be your reading lesson. So for example, I can come in here, I can read this information above, And then afterwards, I can decide on my answers, whatever I think they may be, and then check and see if they are correct or not. They also have, sorry, hold on real quick. There we go. And in this one, they actually had two activities having to do with reading. And so this one had a second one. When you're done, you can always click menu to get back out again. So for example, we are in Unit 10. Since we didn't get to do the reading lesson, as HM pointed out at the beginning, you can always go in here and practice it. So lesson D, saying thank you. And again, you can just read the passage and practice answering the questions. If you said, wow, those are really easy, then try level 3, right? You can go in there, same thing. D will always be the reading lesson. So you can go in and try a higher level reading passage if you would like. Now, it's also a great place to practice your listening skills. So if you are worried about the test on Wednesday as far as listening, Lesson A is always a listening activity. So you could go into Ventures Arcade and practice listening for information and then filling it in. And again, for any of these, oops, it looks like not every single one has a lesson A. So number 2 has an A listening. It looks like all of them have a listening except for Unit 1. Unit 1 is the only one that does not have a listening, but otherwise you can go in and you can practice listening for different types of information to practice for the test on Wednesday. Okay. Yes,
Teacher,
Jamila.
I have question.
Hold on, HM. Jamila raised her hand. Go ahead, Jamila.
Can you send us this link? And
So this link is already available to you in 2 places. Let me show you where. Place number 1 that it is going to be available is going to be, just a sec, let me get into the right area. Hold on, cancel this. Okay, so in your Google Classroom, the very first week of school, I created a folder called Helpful Information. To get to it, you have to go to classwork, and it will be your very first folder, Helpful Information. The second one down is the Ventures Arcade. So if you click this link from Google Classroom, it will take you right to it.
Okay, thank
Your
you.
other option, of course, your other option is you can come down, go to classwork again, go down to week 10, click on the Google Slides, go into them, and then if you go to the last page, which has the directions about how to get to the reading, you can just also click on this link here and it will take you there as well. So 2 different ways to get there, and you still have access to Ventures even after the class ends. So that's another way to keep practicing those skills.
Thank you so much.
Sure. Let me show you one last thing before we stop for the day. I want to just show you the test very quickly, just so you know what it looks like. All right, so what will happen on Wednesday is I will email you a link for this test. The first thing that we're going to start off with will be the listening. So what you will do is, this is what the test looks like. Here you will put in your email address.
Okay.
And here you will put in your name. Then there are 10 total questions for listening. There are 3 on this first part, and there are another 7 down below. They are all from the same listening passage. So when we start class, the first thing I will tell you to do is read the questions so that you know what to listen for, okay? Then I will play the audio for you 3 or even 4 times while you put in your answers for those 10 questions. After that, you don't have to listen for me anymore to take the test. The next part is the grammar. Here you'll see are the time phrase questions. There are 5 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then you will see another grammar. This one will be and, but, and or. So you will see 5 questions on that. Beneath that, you will have a reading passage. So you will read this passage here from an email, the letter, and then you will just answer 5 yes or no questions. So if you're saying yes, then that information is true. If you're saying no, the information is false. And then finally, the last thing you will have to do is a writing response. And I can't tell you what the writing question is just yet because I don't want you to prepare for it before Wednesday. I want you to see it for the first time on Wednesday.
Okay.
Yeah, you're like, what is it? What is it?
Yeah, all teacher in general, if something like student can remember an exam, they never show them.
Well, I will tell you the writing exam has something to do with a good day.
I have a question.
That's my hint to you. It has something to do with a good day. Yes,
Okay.
Natalia.
Okay, I have a question, teacher. For the next level, what is the? Can you send me for the buy the book?
So to buy the book, the information will be in your. They will send that to you after you register.
Okay.
So last night, I sent you the link to register for the classes for this upcoming term, and registration starts today. So then you would go in, click on that link to register for the class. After you have registered, they will send you another link saying, here's where to buy your books.
Okay,
Now,
thank you.
that is only for people going into level 5. If you are staying in level 4, you don't need to buy more books. You only need to register because the books are for level A and level B. All right, Veronica, you have a question?
Yes. Gigi, does the test have nothing to do with the level I want to go? I want to go to 4A.
One more time?
The test, does the test have nothing to do with the level I want to go to?
No. So the only grammar that they are testing you on is the time phrases from Unit 6 and or but from level 8. Those are the only 2 grammar that they are testing. That's why I wanted to go over those 2 today.
Okay, and the registration we need to do right now, or can I do
Yeah,
the
you
next
can.
week?
So let me go ahead and show that to you. Hold on. Let me actually bring up the email I sent to you last night. Give me just a second.
No, I have it. Just
Okay.
my
Yeah.
question
So
is if I can register me the next week.
yes. So you can register anytime from today through January 7th.
Oh, okay.
And
Thank you.
but you don't have to pay until January 7th. So even if you say, I don't have the money now, register now so you have a place next term and you can wait until January 7th to pay. But if you don't pay by January 7th, they take you out of the class.
Okay.
Perfect. That is the answer I need.
There you go. You're welcome. All right. Any other questions about Wednesday or the test or grammar, anything?
Yeah, I have some couple questions to ask. Always we start sound like past tense, not present tense, right?
Yes, your writing prompt will be in past tense.
Okay.
Yes. All right. Any other questions? All right. Don't
Also
worry.
scared to
You will
take the
do
test.
great. You will do great. I saw your answers today. You did really well. If you still think, Gigi, I'm still having a little problem with the time phrases, go and practice, right? Go to Ventures
Oh,
Arcade.
sorry, I'm missing the connection.
So you can just go to Ventures Arcade and you can practice with those time order words. Remember, that was from Unit 6. So you can go into Ventures Arcade, Level 2, Unit 6, and you can practice games with the time order words just to get yourself better. But just memorize. At is time, on is days of the week and months of the year, right? Just go through and memorize those so you can remember.
Thank you so
Okay, for
much.
the
All
art,
right.
it's kind of easy for me, but
Good.
the paragraph one, the thing I still worry about it.
Yeah, I know. I know. Just do your best. That's all I can ask. Just do your best.
Okay, I
All
will
right.
try.
All right, everyone. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you back here Wednesday for the test.
You
Bye.
too.
Bye. Thank you,
Bye.
Gigi.
Have a nice day, everyone.
Have a good day. Bye bye.
Pagka